All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius out at the range. Have my Stribog SP9A3S back out at the range. Yes, I know I've already done the review on this. I've already compared it to the Kuna. What are you doing then, Gene? Well, there was a lot of people that said something to me in the comments section. I shouldn't say a lot, enough to get my attention about this gun struggling to run, JHP. Didn't say any specific type of JHP, just JHP. It struggled to run defensive ammunition. Again, didn't give a brand or a type, just struggled with defensive ammunition. Well, I've never heard that. Never heard of that at all. I've owned the A1. I've owned a Stribog of some sort for a really long time, and I've never had issues with running, defensive ammunition. So I did bring it out, of course, since I will be running some of my HST today. Why will I not be running it on camera? Well, because you didn't buy it for me. You didn't send me any of this expensive ammunition, and that's what I'll be carrying in here. So I will practice with a magazine or two of it. But what I did bring was the Elite Defense specialty ammunition. I have 115, I have 124, and I have 147. I also have some Blazer brass. I may or may not run that, which is also jacketed hollow point, because it's cheap defensive ammunition for me to run out the range. I do have this set up exactly the way I'll be carrying it around in the truck with me. Of course, it has the brace on here. I have my offset mount with my TLR7X, which had to be FDE in black, of course. I have my glass up here. I believe this is my SIG. Yes, this is my SIG glass up here, and I have the flip up sights that co-witness with it. So, and I have a 3-section accessory rail over here. If I decide to put my light over there, I just prefer it better over on this side. And also have my Sparrow Dynamic silicone rail cover here. And I have my finger stop up front here. So it is set up for me to have in the truck, and also, of course, to have for home defense should I choose to do that. Never heard any issues with it. I've never personally had any issues with it running defensive ammunition, but I'm going to find out today. I'm going to start with the 115, 20 rounds with the 124, and then 20 rounds with the 147, and I may or may not do a little bit of the Blazer brass, not sure. But before I get started doing that, as always, I want to invite each and every one of you to know Jesus Christ is your Savior, the most important decision you'll ever make in your life. Say it before, I'll say it again. I've said it before, I'll say it again. No more important decision that you'll ever make. Take care of that today. Reach out to Amanda or I at the gsquaredtactical@gmail.com. Allow us to share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. People ask us to do these videos. I otherwise would not have. I have not even cleaned this yet. In fact, I was breaking it down to clean it so that I could start putting it to work as a truck gun or home defense. And someone said, can you run some defensive ammo? I've heard it's had issues with defensive ammunition. Just telling you what I was told. So I quit cleaning it, didn't clean it at all, actually just kind of put it back together and decided to do this. But because of that, of course, it cost money that I had not intended to spend, and I'm happy. This is why I started this channel. I'm happy to do it. But if you could consider going over, supporting Amanda and I on Patreon, you can click on a link in the corner of the screen, take you right over there, $5, $10, $20 a month. You can cancel anytime. Also, we have a website. You could pick up some merchandise, also make a monetary donation there. Click on the link, gsquaredtactical.com. You could pick up merchandise. You can make a monetary donation by clicking on the 3 lines in the left-hand corner of the screen. When it pops down, click on support the channel. It's pretty self-explanatory from there, and it all will go back into the channel. Still have the sinus infection, so I'm still dealing with that. Going to start with the 115, have 20 rounds of the 115 loaded up in there. I don't expect there to be any problem, but enough people said it that kind of made me like, really? People's had problems? I never had any problems with it. Standing here at about 15 yards. Definitely gonna take a picture of that target. Anyway, that was the 115. This is the 124. 20 rounds of it as well. Ooh, that was even tighter. All right, 147. Do the same thing. I didn't expect to have any problem. It's I don't know. I don't know if maybe somebody's seen one person that might have had an issue with one in the past, and suddenly it's everybody on YouTube's had problems. I don't know where people come up with this stuff they say, but I would not be as big of a fan and promote the Stribog as much as I do if I'd ever had any issues. You hear me, with anything. And I've never had issues with the Stribog. No defensive ammo, no type of defensive ammo, Hornady, Winchester, Fiocchi, whatever, my HST, whatever you want to run defensive wise. I've put aluminum through it. I've put steel through it. I've literally abused the Stribog and never had any issues with any Stribog. So I have the Blazer 115 jacketed hollow point just for good measure here. Gonna run it as well. Got one more target, might as well. Thing barely moves. Barely moves. Totally recoils. I mean, again, I'm not knocking the Kuna. The Kuna's a great gun, but this totally beats the Kuna all day. Barely has any recoil at all. Doesn't recoil like a 22, but it's pretty dang close. Just a fantastic, very, very underrated, underappreciated PCC. Go out and pick you one up. Ran all of the 115, 124, and 147. Even what some would consider cheap jacketed hollow point ammunition, and it ran it all. Again, I've never had any problems with them. Take some pictures of those targets down there so I can brag a little bit since you didn't get to see them. Thanks so much for watching. Just messing around a little bit. No problems with the Stribog SP9A3S running the jacketed hollow point ammunition. Hit the thumbs up. It's free to subscribe. And as always, on this beautiful day that the Lord has made, to God only be the glory.